It has never been this high. It has never been this high in 41 years.
This is incredible. This is incredible. I've never seen anything like this before, ever.
If we just help each other, we're going to make it through this, and we're going to come out great on the other side.
Tonight, Hoosiers dealing with historic flooding emergency. From Noblesville to Indianapolis, this weekend we are witnessing evacuations, rescues, roads collapsing, and recovery efforts. So we'll show you the damage in just a moment. But we want to start tonight with Rob in the Weather Center because, Rob, we are expecting something nobody needs: more rain.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to arrive in the immediate short term,
Okay.
but by tomorrow morning we could be looking at more scattered showers. And we're still looking at some areas of the river continuing to rise. I want to outline those. We have seen the crest happen really on the north side of town. Everything to the north here has crested. Now we turn our attention to the south side. Let's talk specifically about the White River. We have seen the crest at all of these reporting gauges along the White River, including at the Art Museum. These have all crested. Keep in mind, they're still going to be at major or moderate flood stage here for maybe as much as 2 to 3 days. So it's going to take some time for all of that to drain. Then we turn our attention to the south, but you may notice a bit of a gap here, and you may wonder, well, what are the impacts going to be in downtown Indianapolis? Well, really right at about 38th Street and all the way down through downtown. As the city has been developed over the past 100, 200 years, there's been a lot of flood mitigation infrastructure that's been put in place. Levees, walls, things like that to limit any impacts from the White River as it does flood. However, once you get farther to the south in these areas outlined by DPW, Raymond Street just east of the White River, Highacre Manor, Sunshine Gardens, and Southport Road near the White River, those are the areas that we still could see some additional flooding. I will talk about those rain chances. Radar quiet for now. That may change by morning. Coming up.
Rob, thank you. You know, it has been a busy 48 hours already for first responders all across Indiana. Today, making sure people had food and conducting rescues. In Ravenswood, many, as you can see here, by boat, trying to get neighbors to safety. And that was just the beginning. So take a look at how some folks are getting around with their belongings. This video you see here was taken by our crews around 6 o'clock tonight. You can see the man there pulling his items, pulling totes behind a kayak and paddling down a road that's now a river in Indianapolis. So all of this happening in the Ravenswood neighborhood that got hit hard today. Our Brandon Schaff is there live tonight with how people are doing now. Brandon?
Hey, good evening, Jenny. That road that now looks like a river is exactly where we're standing. This is 71st Street here in the Ravenswood neighborhood, a neighborhood that took on a significant amount of water from the White River. Even just behind me, water still standing here, and it's something that we've seen across central Indiana. This neighborhood certainly feeling a lot of the effects. Flowing water blocks away from the White River. Severe flooding forcing Ravenswood residents from their homes. Tabby Scales lives at 70th and Crittenden, where about 5 feet of water is in her driveway. Her basement flooded. She evacuated by canoe on Saturday afternoon.
Everybody says, oh, it's just stuff, but I had a lot of personal stuff that I lost.
Scales' husband decided to stay at the home, but she says he's okay there. She praised first responders for checking on them and helping so many others. IFD and partner agencies did at least 49 water rescues since early Saturday morning. Dominic Hickman's girlfriend and her mom live in Ravenswood and evacuated Friday evening. He worries for the home they left behind.
But I'm still very sad and anxious for them because, this is devastating for them.
Take a look at how much water there is. My feet are completely submerged. And this home over here where that boat is in front of it, this is a neighbor where people who live further in Ravenswood came to get away from the flooding, and the water worked its way all the way out here.
It's flooded before, but never anything close.
No, I mean,
to
it's
this.
been to 71st and Evanston in 91, and that's the closest it's ever been.
Eric Tiller and Julia Ware Ingerman left before the flooding got this bad to stay with Phyllis Roy, who lives on higher ground. Eventually, Eric took a kayak back to where they live.
I spent a few hours trying to move as much stuff that was still dry up into the rafters above me so that it would hopefully stay that way, and then did my little convoy here.
Eric's convoy made its way down the street, which looked more like a stream on Saturday evening, towing everything he could back with him. Meanwhile, at Phyllis's house, her basement took on nearly 4 feet of water, damaging a bar, furniture, and items from her late father.
Those things are in our mind and memory, but we can replace material things. We can't replace our loved ones. She's like a sister to me.
And I want to show you this here on 71st Street. We can actually see how far the waters have receded since when we were out here earlier, but there's still a significant amount of water that's on the road and filling this entire neighborhood. Now, the common theme, that I heard from residents around here was that this flooding much worse than anything that they had ever seen before. And some people had insurance, other people didn't have enough to cover what was damaged. So now that state and federal relief will be that much more crucial. Jenny, back to you.
Yeah, certainly crucial for people all across the state. All right, Brandon, reporting live in Ravenswood. Thank you. You know, the severe flooding is something many Hoosiers have really never seen before. We talked with a woman who lived in Ravenswood for more than 40 years as we take a look at this drone video of the flooding. She says she left her house in the middle of the night after hearing water rushing outside her door. Now she's afraid life won't be the same.
I've always referred to it as being violated and you're watching everything, but there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it. You've got to see it. You see it. You've got to live with the impact. You've got to think about what it's going to be like when it's over and how you're going to get rid of everything that's been destroyed. And then you've got to think of how to replace everything.
That was Melanie Dean. She says now all she can do is pray things do get better for her and her daughter. Today, Mayor Joe Hogsett shared a stern reminder to people in impacted areas to stay alert and be ready to act when flooding hits.
This is not a time to wait. If you're in an area at risk for flooding, I urge you to stay informed and follow guidance from emergency officials. Please text INDY FLOOD 26 to 67283. Let me go over that one more time. Text INDY FLOOD 26 to 67283 to receive updates. Please stay informed. Please stay connected.
Need a place to stay in Indianapolis. We want to let you know there are shelters open right now. The Red Cross is operating a shelter at the Washington Township Schools Service Center. That's at 8401 Westfield Boulevard. And then the Broad Ripple Park Family Center is open for people and families who have pets. That's located at 1426 Broad Ripple Avenue. So far, IFD has said they've had 51 water rescues and helped at least 95 people and 45 pets with evacuations. All right, now to moving forward. Tonight, President Trump approved a federal emergency disaster declaration for Indiana. Not only for the historic flooding we've experienced, but also some major wind damage in northwest Indiana. Governor Mike Braun told us he spoke to the president before giving a press conference at the Indiana Department of Homeland Security downtown today. This new disaster declaration means FEMA can give resources to Hoosiers impacted by the storms, including those without insurance. Braun said he wouldn't have been able to respond as fast without some much-needed changes.
Our state government was reorganized very definedly into these responsibilities as a secretary. You got to imagine before we were a governor and a chief of staff and then agency heads. This has made a difference, and it's enabled me to be able to respond to a lot of stuff quickly.
Governor Braun also says, sadly, Indiana has had at least 5 weather-related deaths so far during these storms. Again, we are expecting more storms tomorrow, and you can track them on our live radar. You can find that on the WTHR streaming app. Just download that app on your TV, and you can watch for free. Still to come, the flooding we've experienced already is historic. Next, how neighbors are dealing with that tough decision to leave everything behind. Rob?
And could we finally be seeing an end to this pattern? I'll show you what we're expecting coming up.